One of my great friends, one of my closest friends, there is Elon Musk, and I think that he doesn't need too much introduction, just that he is from South Africa, and please give me a round of applause.
Alright, thank you very much. So, I've got apparently 5 to 6 minutes to say the most useful things I can think of. I'm gonna do my best. It was suggested that I distill 3 items, but I think I'll go with 4. And I'll try. I think these are the most important ones. Some of it might kind of sound like, well, you've heard them before, but worth re-emphasizing. The first thing is, you need to work. If you, depending on how well you want to do, particularly if you want to start a company, you need to work super hard. So what is super hard means? Well, when my brother and I were signing our first company, instead of getting an apartment, we just rented a small office and we showered in the YMCA. We were so hard up that we had just one computer. So the website was up during the day and I coded at night. And I sort of briefly had a girlfriend in that period. In order to be with me, she had to sleep in the office. So work hard, like every waking hour. That's the thing I would say, particularly if you're starting a company. And I mean, if you do the simple math, you say like somebody else is working 50 hours a week and you're working 100. You'll get twice as much done in the course of the year as the other company. The other second thing I'd say is that if you're creating a company or if you're joining a company, the most important thing is to attract great people. So either join a group that's amazing, that you really respect, or if you're building a company, you've got to gather great people. I mean, all a company is a group of people that have gathered together to create a product or service. So, depending upon how talented and hardworking that group is, and to the degree in which they are focused cohesively in a good direction, that will determine the success of the company. So, do everything you can to gather great people if you're creating a company. Third thing I would like to say, focus on signal over noise. A lot of companies get confused. They spend a lot of money on things that don't actually make the product better. So for example, at Tesla, we've never spent any money on advertising. We put all the money into R&D and manufacturing and design to try and make the car as good as possible. And I think that's the way to go. For any given company, keep thinking about, are these efforts that people are expending, are they resulting in a better product or service? And if they're not, stop those efforts. And then the final thing is to sort of don't just follow the trend. So you may have heard me say that it's good to think in terms of the physics approach, the first principles, which is, rather than reasoning by analogy, you boil things down to the most fundamental truths. And then you reason up from there. And this is a good way to figure out if something really makes sense, or is it just what everybody else is doing. It's hard to think that way. You can't think that way about everything. It takes a lot of effort. But if you're trying to do something new, it's the best way to think. And that framework was developed by physicists to figure out counterintuitive things, like quantum mechanics. It is really a powerful method. And anyways, and then the final thing I will encourage you to do is now is the time to take risks. You don't have kids. Your obligations, well, some of you, you probably don't have kids. But as you get older, your obligations start to increase. So, and once you have a family, you start taking risks, not just for yourself, but for your family as well. It gets harder to do things that might not so work out. So now is the time to do that, before you have those obligations. So I will encourage you to take risks now and to do something bold. You won't regret it. Thank you.